Why should we master the art of minimalism for financial freedom? First and foremost, do you know that becoming a minimalist can literally save your life? This information has not been mentioned well before, however, this is the truth. You might wonder why I am declaring this insane ideologies. This all come down to the mindset. What if the worst case scenario ruined your life for a very long time, or even forever? This problem could be an end of the world crisis, or this problem could be about bankruptcies. With this being said, we cannot predict what will happen in the future. The good thing about crisis and bankruptcy is that it is a cumulative effect that worsens over time. What will not accumulate and just happen in an instant. An accident will happen in an instant, and we will not be ready for it. We cannot control this incident. However, there are things we can control. We can control the event that caused this accident. Of course, if God say otherwise, then it is fate. However, this is also a mindset in itself, and we blame God for our misfortunes or bad karma. We will have no reason to keep going. This is also the same for unfortunate event and good karma. This is why we need to take things into our own hands. There's a saying, fortunes favor the bold. This is what life is all about. We must be competent to prepare for the worst in our life. We need to train to be minimalistic if we want to be competent for exactly that reasons. Why do we need to be minimalistic for competency? First, what is minimalistic and how do we become one? Minimalism is the one who favor restricting the functions and powers of a political organization or the achievement of a set of goals to be to minimum. With its definitions being said, there are categories becoming a minimalistic. One is about focusing mostly on the leadership side of an organization. This is about the political party. If you have the rank, status, or power of some sort, you are part of a political party whether you like it or not. The other categories of becoming a minimalist is through the personal side of oneself. This is about self-disciplines. We are disciplined enough to not get distracted from the main goal. With this being said, for us to stay disciplined with our main goals, we need to prioritize that goal for a very long time, or even for our entire life. It has to be part of our life. Therefore, it is our lifestyle. That is all the two categories of what it means to be a minimalistic. Now, why does it matter to be a minimalistic? Here is the truth. Both of these categories seem like it is an opposite of each other. Leadership and politics are the service of others. Meanwhile, self-discipline is the service of oneself. In the next chapter, I will mention why giving service to others is the ultimate goal when we choose to be a minimalist. Service to others as you go of a minimalist. Now, going back to the questions of why we should master the art of minimalism for financial freedom, there is only one answer. The answer is not to be a consumer, not to be influenced by the market, and prioritize yourself and your work. With this being said, everyone should know about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This is about the chart that focuses on what people need to survive first and then thrive later. Based on the pyramid graph, the lowest but the most important levels are physiological needs. This need is when the individual focuses on survival needs of air, water, food, shelter, clothing, and reproduction. The second level, going up the pyramid, is safety needs. Safety needs concern personal securities, employment, resources, health, and properties. This next level is about service. First and foremost, what is service? It is the actions of helping or doing work for someone. With this being defined, if we find a purpose in giving service to others, we will gain true happiness and prosperity. This will give us true satisfactions. Here is the thing, we must give service to ourselves first before we give it to others. This is why self-improvement and self-help matter so much. If we think about it, minimalism is the ideal standard for self-help and self-improvement. It's about self-love. We should mostly live in the moment and be content with most things we have so far in our life. Notice how I said mostly, but not only? This is because we should also think and reflect a lot on our past and future. to learn from our past mistake, meanwhile change our life little by little for a better future. If we have studies and learn about knowledge from self-improvement after months, years, and decades, we can use it to give even better knowledge to others if they need it. Minimalism should focus more on connections with others. I have already discussed how becoming a minimalist involves restricting in organizations. Now, what is the opposite of an organization? The only opposite counterpart of an organization is us, the individual. We must first take control of our life before we can help others. This is a stepping stone to becoming dependence, and then independence. After that, the final step is to maintain our interdependence with everyone else. What is interdependence, and why does this matter? Interdependence is about the dependencies of two or more people or things on each other. With its definitions being mentioned, this is why we need to be a minimalist. When we think about minimalism, we are talking about when we are living with only the bare essentials that are based on the Maslow hierarchy of needs, and we are living beyond the bare essential. We are trying to climb the pyramid level of esteems. This level is about respect, status, recognitions, strength, and freedom. This level is crucial in life. However, if we want to reach true satisfaction and happiness, we must not skip the level of love and belonging. The third level of love and belonging, based on the Maslow hierarchy of needs, will thrive around interdependencies. It is a matter of helping each other out. When we help each other people, we will feel happier. This will cause us to help people more and more. Now, what happens if you minimalist and want to serve and help people? You will not need much in return because you have everything you need. This is true contentment and prosperity. Of course, you cannot afford to even live with the bare essential. Then we must solve these situations. With this being said, the first step to solve these situations is to take a minute and figure out what we need for safety and security. The next step is to figure out a plan to fix this problem. The level of safety within the Maslow pyramid is about personal security, employment, resources, health, and properties. Minimalism should prioritize the work before play. What is the difference between work versus play? Work is about the activities involving mental or physical effort done to achieve a purpose or result. Play engage in activities for enjoyment and recreations rather than a serious or practical purpose. With this definition being said, notice how both mentions the term purpose. Now, what is the purpose? The purpose is our motivations and why we want to keep grinding. It's about what we want to become in the future. Now, when we want to work, we are grinding little by little every day. When we want to play, we will let loose and not worry about the grind. It is susceptible to let loose once in a while. However, we need to have a balanced lifestyle of both working and playing. When we play, we are joyful and we are in the moment. This is what many people assume happiness is all about. They are satisfied with this moment and want to keep it going for a while. This is how comfortability happens. They choose not to grind as much or at all anymore. This is actually damaging in the future because we will not be as healthy to work the same way that we used to work in the future. I may use the word grind to mention working. This word can seem intimidating because grinding can seem forceful and sufferable. I believe this is not the way we work for our future. I believe we can still have fun when we are working. This is about the flow state. The flow state is the focus we have when we are mindful and pay attention to only our project and task. Flow state and meditations are related to each other. As a matter of fact, the flow state can be the result of meditations. This is why meditation is not just about mindfulness, sitting, and breathing. Minimalism is about minimalizing consumptions. When you're talking about play, we are talking about consumptions. Many people will buy and consume products for coping after stressful days of work. The reality is that this could be a choice for their financial freedom. Financial freedom is the destination. after long journeys of grinding. Everyone's path and destination are different. Therefore, we must define it for ourselves. We must know if we have enough resources to stop the grinds and live freely, do what we want, when we want, and why we continue doing it for. If we are comfortable with the consumptions, we are distracted from our true purpose. Thus, our path and destination will be cut short. On that account, we need to be mindful and not be selfish. The reason why I mention selfishness is because people who want to be rich have two mindsets for their destinations. The first mindset is when they want to have a big house and big cars. They want to show off and prove to the world that they have made it. The second mindset is when they rather spend time with their loved one or spend time making memories. This could be about making memories with teammates, families, travelings, and much more. It doesn't matter what destination you take. At the end, the journey will matter the most. As a result, we need to be disciplined and work hard. One of the best ways to do so is through being minimalist.